this is a well over review. This is my most anticipated Marvel Legends figure from the Marvel Legends 85 Years line. And for those of you that do not know, Spider-Man is my all-time favorite comic book character. Every Spider-Man. I especially love the run of Superior Spider-Man. So let's get a closer look at this package. And let's open him up. So right here on the side, you see some artwork from the comics. And then the same artwork that was on the back. I forgot which comic this is exactly from. And then on the side, you see all little warning shots. Barcode in case anybody wants. And just whenever it hits stores. More stuff right there. Marvel celebrating 85 years. Superior Spider-Man. Marvel Legends 85 years. So yeah, everything else you see right here. Now let's open up this package and let's get our hands on this figure, because I cannot wait to see what he feels like and to move him around, get him some cool poses. So let's get to it. All right, here's the figure out of the box. You can see I have the accessories all nice and laid out, and you see the Superior Spider-Man standing right there. So first and foremost, let's take a look at his accessories real quick, and then we'll get to the actual figure itself. First off, you can see he comes with a pair of flip hands, like every Spider-Man should, even if it isn't technically Peter Parker. Also comes with a pair of fists, an extra head with just regular white lenses. They look to have some type of sheen, but I think that's just paint, but they're just regular white lenses. Two separate packs for where the spider legs come out of, one without the holes where it doesn't have the spider legs, and one that's a little thicker where the spider legs plug into. And of course, he comes with his 4 spider legs, and we'll get into how those plug into the backpack soon enough. But now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at the figure. So here's the figure in all of its superior glory. First, let's take a look at the head sculpt. And this is the second head sculpt that comes with it. You can see when Hasbro revealed this figure, what they had said was these are supposed to be like reflective lenses, because in the storyline, a lot of the times he has reflective lenses. You can always see the New York City buildings and skyscrapers reflecting off of his lenses. So that's what they were going for, and I think they captured this beautifully. No complaints about that. You can see the webbing on here. It's not supposed to look neat and perfect, because in the story he doesn't have like this neat webbing or perfect lines. They're kind of smushed together, and you see how it goes all the way down to the suit. And then you can see from about here down, it's all black. You can see the gauntlets that he comes with. He also comes with some claw hands, because he does kind of have like daggers. Again, technically it's not Peter Parker. We'll get into that soon. We'll just see on the back, it has 3 peg holes for where this plugs in. I'll explain how that works. But you can see the spider logo is different. It's a black spider logo with legs that stretch all the way out to his shoulders and all the way around to the back. You can see the continuation even on the butterfly joint right here, and it goes all the way around the shoulder. And then you can see right here, there's the continuation from the black line, the red lining right here, that is essentially kind of part of the spider logo. The way it's done is the lines right here, you can see the black right here, the rest of the spider. But you can see all the nice muscular detail. You can see his boots are accurate, the red toes, and then the red heels, and then his gloves, talons, and then red palms. Now, the original Superior Spider-Man figure, which I don't have, so I'll just probably put a picture, probably over here to your right. He doesn't have, he has different goggles. He doesn't have the gauntlets. He doesn't have the spider legs, and he's a lot shorter. It's probably about right here. So just from first glances, this figure is already better. The detailing is perfect. You can see all the little spider lines. Like I said, they're not supposed to be perfectly parallel lined up. You can see how they're all kind of all over the place, and it wraps all the way around. Even right here on the butterfly joints, you can see it. And this was the figure I wanted the most from the Marvel Legends 85 Years line. This is the one I had to have. This is the first one I got. Pre-ordered it. Shout out to Toy Snowman, not sponsoring this video, but it was on Toy Snowman's website. Bought it, shipped here about a week or two. It just depends on where you live. But let's kind of get into the accessories with him and see what he kind of looks like with the different head sculpt and the backpacks and the spider legs, shall we? So there you can see what he looks like with just the regular white lenses. You can see they kind of have a little bit of sheen, but I think that's just the paint. But other than that, they're just regular white lenses, nothing special about them. On mine, getting this on and off is a little tight. You can kind of hear it's a little tight, so I would just be careful with that. But for now, he's just gonna have the reflective lenses, because when I think of Superior Spider-Man, that's what I think of. But he has also been drawn with black, smoky kind of lenses, so that kind of head sculpt would have been nice too, but I always prefer the reflective lenses. And you can see, like I was talking about, you can see how it really just look like a reflection. Has that nice sheen. You can see kind of how it has like the little sparkle effect, like there's been reflecting. I do like that a lot. So these spider legs. So this is the one without the one where the legs are retracted. You just take these 3 slots, put them in these 3 ports, and they just plug in like that. It kind of has it like that, and it does not interfere with the articulation really. We're going to do more of that later. But there's that one. All right, for the one with the ports for the tendrils. So what you do is, it's pretty simple. You take this and you just kind of plug them in, and they're real nice and snug too, and they are articulated in the joints and at the base. Those aren't coming off. So just plug all these in. They're very snug, so be careful not to break the joint. So we just plug all these in. And there we go. That's what that looks like. And then it just plugs right into the back, and then you can just kind of pose them how you like. You can just kind of pose them how you like, and you can see that takes up a lot of room. So on your display, make sure you got plenty of room to put this guy up, because he's going to take up a lot of room with the tendrils and everything. Now, like I was saying, this technically is Peter Parker's body, but it's Doc Ock mentally. So what happens in the storyline is Doc Ock is about to die, so he transfers his mind into Peter Parker's body, finds out he's Spider-Man, and originally he wears the regular red and blue suit, but then he dons this suit and he gets spider tendrils. Doc Ock, makes sense. But eventually Peter Parker takes over back his body, but this Spider-Man is brutal. I wish I had a Scorpion figure, because he punches Scorpion's jaw off in the comic in one of the first issues. I mean, he is a brutal Spider-Man. He shows no remorse. Everything he does is like calculated and just strategic. But he kind of learned his ways through being Spider-Man. Has a little thing with Black Cat too. But I mean, it's my second favorite storyline next to Spider-Verse. The first Spider-Verse, not everything after the first one. They milk that storyline to the max, mostly because of the movies too. But enough being said about all the backstory and stuff. Let's look at the articulation and let's really see how this looks on this figure, because I've heard some people talk about the ab articulation, and I'm going to show it does not affect, and it's perfectly fine. All right, so I've taken off the tendril backpack and I've just put the regular one. So let's start up here at the top. You can see his head goes all the way around. It is on a dumbbell joint with a disc hinge. I mean a ball belt. I just said dumbbell. Ball joint with the disc hinge. I'm happy they used this joint. All the way around. He can look up about this far. Kind of looks like he has a massive, like, just throat though. And he can look down about this far. There is no tilt. I mean a little bit, but it's a ball joint. Shoulders can go up about that far, can go down all the way around, and then of course, you know, he has the butterfly joints, which are really good for this figure. You know, bicep swivel, typical stuff. Double jointed pinless elbows. His elbows have been a little tight, so I'd be careful with those. Typical wrist articulation and all the way around. Now the ab crunch. So it goes back about this far. You can see this kind of comes off a little bit, but nothing too biggie. And you can go forward this far, which is really good. And we'll get to some comparisons later, how a lot of them have inverted ab crunch, but this is really good for how that is. And then waist swivel all the way around. And then drop down hips. Legs can go up that far. Thigh cut. Calf swivel. Toe articulation. Up and down. Ankles can hinge. And go up and down. It's a pretty standard Marvel Legends articulation for Spider-Man figures. Well, not all Spider-Mans, but some. This figure was my must-have. I'm hoping to get Warbird if I can find her in Target, because I missed out on the pre-orders. We will see if I can. If not, I'll have something else to review. But let's get into some comparisons and kind of see how he stands with other Spider-Man. Well, one comic, there's 2 movies. So let's see how he looks with them. Here he is with the Tom Holland Final Swing suit from No Way Home. You can see comic book figure is going to be taller than the MCU figure, normal thing, and this is the closest I have to a classic looking red and blue suit Spider-Man. And here he is also next to Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from No Way Home. You can see completely different design, obviously. Going to be a little taller, comic book figure, more non-realistic proportions, you could say. And just for a figure that has a little bit more bulk because it is a Vulcan body and is a little taller, we have the comic book Black Panther from the Wakanda Forever wave, the Tuma Build-A-Figure. You can see Spear Spider-Man is leaner than Black Panther, and we'll talk about that just in a minute. I have one more comparison. Of course, you already know I have to compare every figure to this character. And for my only other comic book Spider-Man, here he is with everybody's favorite Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. You can see, yeah, Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man is a lot shorter. I just kind of wanted to show you how the ab crunch looks versus the regular and inverted. And you can see that the regular ab crunch that's on Superior Spider-Man gets a lot more motion than the inverted one. It looks better going forward, and I'll show you what it looks like going backwards. But even with the torso swivel up here, can't really go forward that much. So we'll see what it looks like going back. As you can kind of see, just arching back with just the ab crunch. The superior one is a smidge better, but when you use the torso swivel with that one, you can get just a little bit more there. And let's see if the backpack has anything to do with it. Oh, just a little bit. But other than that, I mean, like, it's pretty general. They works pretty good. So, yeah, and I mean, the legs for these aren't the same. The arms, I don't believe the arms are the same. No. I know that torso is different because the peg holes on the back. You know, I don't believe. I know the muscular definition is different. I believe. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm right or not. Because put that to the side. Let's put this back on. Because I know the feet are from the Renew Your Vows body. I'm not 100% sure on the legs. Originally, I thought, maybe the torso was a Sunfire body, but then I remembered molded different. They had to put peg holes for the backpack. The arms, I think, are different because they had to mold the gauntlets on there. The head, I think, obviously is different because they had to mold and do tooling for the reflective lenses. The legs, I think, are just regular and new, but I've seen some people say that he looks a little thin. Well, from the comics, he is very lean. He's not a very thick and big Spider-Man. He is a lean Spider-Man. Lean, ruthless, aggressive. But yeah, all in all, this figure is a 10 out of 10. I would definitely recommend that you get it. I'm assuming most of you have. Unfortunately, I don't have any Spider-Man villains to compare him to. I know, sad, and one of the biggest Spider-Man fans has no Spider-Man villains. I'm going to fix that with this new Venom that's coming out from a Walmart exclusive, I know. But thank you for joining me for this review. We had a nice look at the Spider-Man and show you some cool poses, and then we'll end off the video. Of course, I had to try to get into this pose. I did the best I could. Not the easiest thing in the world, but pretty close. This iconic pose, you have to get him in it. But thanks for joining me on this review. Today we had a look at Marvel's 85 years anniversary, the Superior Spider-Man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share my content. And until next time, folks, have an amazing day. Crimson out. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check out my other videos. I do toy hunts and toy reviews. But as always, folks, toy life, best life. Have an amazing day. Crimson out.